nice and it's like accessible. It's so fascinating. I love it.
Well, as you know, our last meeting wasn't public, and so it's as if we're starting from today and nothing happened. So that is how we're entering today. So but I didn't care about the sex. So we'll do what we can do.
Hi, everybody. I'm Laura Darrell, officially calling this meeting to order. Welcome. And the first order of business is to approve our meeting minutes from June, on June 5th. So do I have a motion to approve the minutes? All right, thank you. Meeting minutes from June are approved. All right, and we are welcoming Angelina to our meeting today to talk about the mural project and what's so part.
So first of all, thank you for driving down. I don't think you want to the park again today. So I'd like to review what people okay to the meeting. Okay. So we'll start with just a few other items. First. Let's see. It's all about art today. So one thing I'll make an announcement. We have a dancing in the street event August 12th.
Hey. I was over at my cousin.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm late.
The hour. Well, there's a. There, and you're. So, dancing in the street, August 12th. So this Saturday, DJ dancing, street festival on Motor Avenue. It's our last one. And then September 9th is Fiesta de la Familia, and it's really shaping up nicely. We're gonna have the Print Shop Northwest is an in-kind sponsor. And they're going to have a display of all our signal boxes that they've done. And they're gonna
Great
have,
idea.
and then they're gonna have a voting for fan favorite. And so everyone can vote, and the winner of the signal box artist will get a prize.
No, that's a great idea. I like that.
So everyone will get to see it in one place on a display. And then they have also provided a more significant in-kind donation. So the artists that were on display under the big canopy last year will now be under shelter one, and there'll be more. I heard you're going to be one of the artists. So Angelina will be one of the artists. And they'll have 3 or 4 prizes there, and they will be they'll be like gift certificate type prizes to be used at Print Northwest. I felt for printing or other services there to create posters or whatever might be helpful for the artist. So that's 2 really, really cool developments. And then we'll have really fun other art there that we've been talking about with the team.
Like 4 to 5.
So this Saturday is 4 to 8, and the Fiesta de la Familia on September 9th is noon to 7.
I can't make this up. 30-year of high school reunion. Did you graduate? I have to go all the way to Yakima. Yeah. Good.
Okay, so again, thank you Anthony for being here. Well, I'd like to start going through our signal boxes because we decided that we want to approve them as a team. So there's 2 new boxes that to show you that are ready.
The Bridgeport one and 112, and it looks great.
Which one of them?
Right there, by some-
Maybe which?
I can't remember the design. I just remember like, well, it's great because the box was so, it was like a large box. It was just so convenient and everything like that. So it was great. to have it.
We're just at the point where we're approving the single box design. This was,
Looks great.
this was, if you recall, this is one, and it was originally just dancer. And we thought it was dancer on both boxes. And we asked that he modify that,
I really like that.
and I think that's probably a good job on the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
And there's a second one that was a different people. And I think even a third one. You can see the side. you can see there. So, no, those are just the three, so those are those. Maybe you go back up to the top. It's okay. Whatever, you're so good, maybe whatever works. So you can-
Turned out well.
So, let me know if you need to see any more, and otherwise we'll just.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't think we should get budget. It's not a thing. Okay.
Oh, Sally, before I forget. So, on the new roundabouts, if there's the one right outside Lake Wall Gardens, there's that. It's not, I don't know what it is, but it looks like a signal box, even though there's no signal there.
It's
What
a
are-
large, something, a large structure.
No, but it is a city, yeah. So I mean, maybe we could actually see about wrapping those as well. It's very pillar style. Yeah, it's kind of, I think it's a
Yeah, I
power
haven't-
box for maybe the circle on the inside. So that'd be interesting to see if we can actually circle it out and wrap those.
What, 2024?
I mean, especially if we could do something for the lake wall there. I think there's one right outside.
It's right outside, so you pass through. But right by.
Exactly.
Are you
Oh, yeah.
putting stuff down for 2024?
I am.
I want to talk about the other roundabouts.
There's a lot going on.
The guy who did the Lotus. Just, I mean, it's out of our scope of budget for what to go in there, but he was like, "When I'm available."
So many of the roundabouts are going in.
I think what roundabouts are in there.
Okay.
Yeah, the ones that are in.
Mhm.
Yeah, so he was talking about that, so I think that so I was thinking for the next year's work, and maybe we would start looking at. Something,
Because Washington, I haven't been down Washington.
but
You should put in the sentence.
yeah,
Oh,
I haven't been down Washington yet, so they fully opened it. Is there like 2 or 3 roundabouts?
but those ones, there's ones down Washington or Veterans, you know, that you can build it because of boats, that's why they're like low.
Okay.
They're by the lakes, so boats, things, they kind of go up a little bit. So we're talking just the major roads that actually have built-in infrastructure on the inside already, something.
Especially the one at Fort Stewart Park, that's like,
Well, that's.
yeah, that's nice.
we'll circle back to the single boxes, so. do we,
Sorry. But you mentioned
We should
2024,
The loader should be clean.
and that was mentioned too.
Good.
So I'll forward you.
No, thank you. It's awesome. It's good to bring that one to mind. So, there we go. So we're just gonna stick with this one, and do we have approval?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Let's just do a motion for that.
Motion to approve sailboat dancer
I'll second it.
Alright.
All right. Good vote.
We are ready for the next one. So this was Jose.
Yes.
And he did a display here on the rotating art wall and, oh my gosh, yep, I heard that.
I
is-
love how
Mhm.
that just looks.
I mean, is that the most difficult thing?
I love this one.
And so, yeah, those are. Already discussion for that.
Where's it then? What's the name of that?
Intersection.
And what was the last?
So I will tell you, I will tell you that, the two that are yet to come are Chuck Mathias's with the Speedway, and then, River Mesh, who did the sun.
Mhm.
Like, so those are underway.
The dancers, isn't that going out like McGavick's, right?
I can see. So the nice thing is, gonna hold this here, so I just want to go shout out to the Sprint Northwest. So I'm gonna do a shout out to Sprint Northwest because they sent a whole list of each location that needs art. And so, like I said, we're meeting for two, but they're doing this because they're doing the display, so they want to have everything together in place. So, did you want to know?
I think we wanted to know where both the dancer is. I think dancer.
The dancer was Gavin.
I think so.
That's kind of. Right? There's some arts there.
Okay, so we're still missing the game.
Maybe you can understand well.
No. Okay. So, I don't know that. But.
I like this one,
Oh, yeah.
very colorful.
My second.
Okay, and now we come to a mural. So, yeah, thank you for coming in. Angelina mentioned that she's on the Washington State Arts Washington 2023 public art roster. Where she was vetted and it artists with the murals. And to go through possibilities and concepts. Put everything into a PowerPoint. I thought that's where you would like, but we can mix them down. So they're all. Yeah. Okay. So why don't you speak first?
So this mural concept is the idea of nice to nature. And so what I did was kind of on each wall, like it was like a vignette or like a portrait of a single one in the part. So I also like to paint everything. I want to make sure that the whole space is enjoyable. It reminds you of the park and memories you may have there. So you'll notice where the sun is on the first is that would be on top where it connects, I guess, right where the light is. So like literally the sun is the light. And then in this first part, where everything kind of comes together, the grass and the sky, and that's where the water fountains are. And in my brain, it just, I think of water is life. And so when you go to drink your water and to get hydrated, that's the beginning of the meal, or it could be the end of the meal, depending on what your mood philosophy is. But I wanted a starting point, but to, you know, where you can start to look at the mural and follow along the lines. Theoretically, you can do the whole around and it comes back to that water fountain. So the first panel, I called wildflowers, and they're the flowers that you took the pictures of, with a little bit of art liberty with them. And then some black-eyed Susans and just like color. This is the part where it's facing the playground, so I wanted to be childlike, innocent, colorful, vibrant. If you needed to tell somebody to use the bathroom, you could say, oh, you know, the sunflower men's room, the magenta pink one is the ladies' room. You can tell, you know, it's not. You can tell where the bathroom is. Because I'm covering everything, you know, the sign might be hard to read, so it's one of those things that it's a really visual thing. The pink flower, the yellow flower, you know, it'll the words and everything. Yeah, yes. And then over to the next one is I called Wildlife, and this is the wall that you first see when you drive in. So this is kind of the welcoming one. And I believe Phil had brought up, well, we come to the mural to the park to relax and you might not need to see all the vibrancy. And so for this one, this is for the people that are a little more conservative, just, you know, they want to be reminded of why they're there, but also it be beautiful and educational. So I put a little deer and an eagle there, and that one's just to remind you that you're in a space where creatures live. So that one is the more, maybe the more, like I said, conservative of the rest of the panels, but that's just to honor everybody's ideas and appreciate that we get them, so.
I love the whole thing.
Yeah, thank you. And like I said, each one is its own self-contained, but things, elements like the grass wraps around, the sky's wrapped around. So you can look at it as a whole, and you can look at it as singles, or whoever wanted to take a photo, they pick their favorite panel. And then moving on to the next one is that little bunny in a thicket. And that one is, I myself identify as a little mouse kind of bunny, reminding us that there are quieter creatures that live here, that we need to be mindful that, you know, their homes are nests, that these are little underground. It's just a reminder that we are the big creatures and they're the small ones. And I wanted it to be a lot more playful, so I gave him a little purple bunny, just add that whimsicalness, a little tribute to Alice in Wonderland, just, you know, when you go into the trails and into the space where the living humans are, it's, you know, you have that imagination spark. And then moving on to the next one over is, and this is where people are. The rest of them are like animals and nature. This one is us. So farmers market flowers, the hot air balloons that I really love, pollinators and the ones that are engaged with colors and stuff. This one is just like, this is us. And this is the wall that faces the farmers market. So if there's a photo being taken of it, you know, you'll see this vibrancy, this playfulness, this colorfulness. So this is the back of the structure. This is the wall that is flexed. So down the. Okay, the shorter wall. Yeah. So the long wall in the back is bloody. Is the back, yeah. And that's the one that you'll see from the main street. I thought a purple bunny would be like, oh, what is that? Like I was trying to be really intentional with where things are placed in terms of where you're going to be looking at the space or at the wall, where you are and what you possibly be doing. Yeah. So if you're at the farmer's market and you look down the row of all the stalls, you could possibly see like this colorful, you know, you're reminded that you are here. And then the bunny is where people are on the field and they're running by. And if someone's like, oh, where are the bathrooms, you can point, Pink Bunny, Pink
Yes.
Bunny. No, it's an easy identifier. And then the welcoming to the park when you first drive in, when that rounded out is, you know, a mural that's like screams, this is a park, but it's a wilderness, thing that tells you you are gonna be in nature, not just like playscape, not just, you know, it's not just game, but animals. That human knowledge. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it.
And the
You
next
can go-
slide is, it
Yeah.
delineates it, so it's good there.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's the panels. So when I was designing, I did all of it, and then I went through each one and did my arrangements of where things, what story we're telling for what you were.
And the building is longer than it is wide, right? So both sides are gonna be actually, the west and the east sides are gonna be, it's not quite half the size. Or is it about
I think it's a little shorter. Yeah,
So it might not be exactly like as long as. Yeah. Beautiful color, I love this color. Yeah.
I did send
Yeah,
it out.
I didn't know there.
The name is or what it, okay.
Yeah,
right.
that's.
I don't
I'm
know
not
where
sure
they
why
are.
I saw them, like,
Okay.
Yeah.
and I
So
know I
is
sent
that-
it.
Yeah, I did it.
Tell you what it was, I just know there's.
I have a name that I was doing the reference drawing. And I wanted it specifically on the water fountains because I was like, this is children. Like, I want them to grow up knowing about this.
Okay, so this is the one. with the-
Yeah,
Oh,
with the restrooms.
You have the doors.
Yeah,
Uh,
so
where the
you
water
see
fountains
the-
are.
That little, all the triangle or rectangles, those are where like the ones are, the in the alcove. And when I paint things like the alcove, like I paint this and then that slender of movement and that. So you when you're drinking water, you look like you're going into the mural. Oh, yeah, that's what I want to do.
And that texture on the building, I know we talked about that already, but that's not gonna be too tough to.
She's so very intense.
I know.
Take a lot of pain.
And we did email the dimensions, I mean. Okay, and so this is the big long back wall. Okay. Nice. Yeah, that is very cool.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah, but
Well,
it's.
we can say we were there.
But like he's got the right answer.
Is it the type of thing
Can you go
there?
back?
Or is it a hair? Is it
It's, it's kind of
like
like all,
it's more like a hair, not a bunny?
yeah.
That's okay.
It's
Well,
not-
there's little tiny bunnies all around. I think it's important that we do play a little bit on
Okay.
what.
It's yeah, I think the ears are a little bit wider than I. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that the artist, for voice. I just do think it's important that you portray things that are at Fort Silicon Park. In order to, you need to understand who your audience is.
Yeah,
This is why, but that's, I think we do. We can disagree on this. We can, so.
Yeah,
I
maybe
think
we
that
can
that's
get reference
important.
photos.
Just
Isn't-
something,
yeah.
because they're little tiny bunnies, the face is just a little different, because I love bunnies, and when I see that, I think of the hair. Not a bunny.
Okay.
So that would be.
Yeah.
What's that?
Just put a little bunny in there.
It's a little, I mean,
We could
it's
put
just
another
little
bunny.
tiny things like that.
So it's big because you want people to see it.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
it's
It's just a
It's
face.
the face.
Okay. I think
that's the only thing I see is
Yeah,
a
that's
little bit
fine.
of a face.
I would love to find a little tiny face. I have a little brown bunny that, I just thought it was a baby.
I like it
was
being
fun.
purple. I love it being purple. That's not it. It's just
Yeah.
like it's little
Yeah,
tiny
I got
bit of
it.
the face. I love that it's huge. All
Got it.
I can probably get.
Yeah.
they are like.
Oh, there it is.
around here. So people just go, okay, they're in the. brand.
When I got it, I ran it out, I showed it to 4 people, and my name was 2 men, 2 women. They loved it. Oh, the whole thing.
Yeah.
I can tell you, oh, wow.
Now, did we get funding to do the whole entire?
Okay, well, let's do all the images first.
Okay,
Is that okay?
Sure.
Let's just because. Yeah. So is that sun actually on there, or were you saying that's where the sun?
That's where I was gonna put the sun there. If we wanted to be correct, we could put a sun here and here on either side. Is it what, right, is in the east, and that's in the west? But I was just thinking in terms of for the kids to see a full lens.
Oh, I'm fine with it. I was just wondering, you had said that's where the sun is, so I wasn't sure. if it
Oh,
was-
yeah, no, that, there's a light right, like right in the center there. So I was just like, oh.
There's
that's
baby
sun.
lights.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the only area that has that little chunk, that little riser. So I was like, oh, just put a little sun up there because it's all this stuff. Very cool.
Your flowers.
Yeah. And then that one just, yeah, it just jumped on. Yeah.
That was one that was very much. And so I don't think it hurts to see.
The birds, I do like.
that's pretty cool.
That is cool. Yeah.
I wanna see more of your stuff from that.
And
Like
this,
if you go
yeah.
back to the slide before it,
yeah,
there is more. It's not chaos, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's more things happening in it, and I love that, and I feel like I wanna see more. In the next one, just a little bit, like I love it. But I think that your color, your school, there's so much you can do. I don't know, I mean, that's,
the thing also is, a lot of these are, like, these are the base of the colors, when I get the meaning. I add more texture to it, so it's one of those things
yeah,
where,
it's beautiful.
as I read, I'm like, oh, this needs a little bit more of this, and so those big chunks of like green eventually will have the on-site, yeah.
Well, and I think it's gonna look really cool, because it'll have that texture.
Yeah.
So it's gonna get a lot of that.
Okay, can we go back? to the beginning?
It's beautiful. We go from one to the colors. And the colors there.
Thank you for your work on this.
I love that. Yeah.
This is an immense pleasure.
Love everything about it.
No, we don't. So, okay, so, we have the money in the art budget to do the wall for the one. And we will do two lots this year, which turned out we were doing that. anyway. Two last locations, because one was gonna be, well, we had slept into that didn't get coordinated with one was, we wanted a military one on one of the sites, and we didn't have our submitted that. So we will do that in 2024, yeah, would be the plan. And then, the other one was Jorge, and that design turned out to be what we were looking for, so.
I'd like to hear from Daryl and you saw it someday. This digit complete euro. They hear me?
Lua, could you comment on, the mural?
I like it. I like the bright colors. I like the flow of the flowers. You know, I love flowers anyway, so I'm an islander. So, and also colors is an Islander thing, so I love it. I'm just not sure if a purple, was it purple or pink rabbit? The colors of the rabbit, I don't know, maybe could be different. I'm not sure.
I like it. I like the colors of the rabbit. I do too.
You do?
I like the.
Yeah. Just-
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's up, the rabbit is up to you guys because we don't have rabbits in the islands. So, yeah, I have them in my backyard and they're brown. So that, I leave that up to you.
Thank you. And then Gerald, what are your comments?
I loved every bit of it. I like the flow. I like the sense of wonder. I had a question for Angelina on the balloons. Were they inspired by Summerfest? Did you attend that evening, or was that just something that that was mentioned as a possible inclusion? I think it's a great idea, and I like the fact that you've got the barn in there too.
It was inspired by the Summerfest. It's also been a dream of mine to be in a hot air balloon, and it hasn't come to fruition. So I find when I draw it, I manifest it. So I'm hoping.
Well, that's what I was hoping you would say. I think you captured it. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so with anything like we were mentioning with the grass with the balloons, might they color be added or something?
Yeah, I think it's family feeling, community feeling. Those are things that when I look at it, so I think it's very good in those senses. It's friendly and it's puts a smile on your face.
And the nature of the park. And if you're in a park, each nature.
It's not tight. You know, I mean, each animal's got a
That's a really good
Let's
vibe.
breathe, and like you're in a park, you got some space in each.
Yeah, you don't want to kind of get that. Great. I'm glad you get to grab the whole building.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think that'll be really fun. It'll be really exciting for the community to see. So if you want to talk about programming, I would love to do Q&A on one of the days I'm on site. That's a question. See the design in person. And we talked about what should we be going to waiting to work.
For the.
And it just go to like a parks page that lists so much different stuff.
That about you, about the vision, about.
Yep. It'll be your link.
You're talking about your glasses.
Well, I can, sorry. Oh, well, I'll send you the entry email to my friend Matt who runs it, and you guys can look at the logistics, and then you can program it to go. Yeah. So
Just a QR code?
yeah, he creates these like plastic and then a plate, so you
Got it. Okay.
stick it onto the wall and just scan it. But what if somebody in the city, if you want to put on the city page, you just create the page. Yeah.
Well, more specifically, she did a particular mural way they had a QR code that contained like a meditation. So yes, really,
So it's different.
so that was
Yeah.
something that
So that's not going to, it's gonna be going to some place that you have to come to whatever. So
It's not a commercial, for instance. It sets the
Yeah.
mood.
So in that particular case,
Yeah, well, so when you scan line, it pulls up that, the Vimeo link, yeah, Vimeo link, and then you did that, yeah, that page. Yeah, and then from there, you know, he has a blurb. And then you go to my page, and then you got composer's page, but you can embed it in the parent page. Like, listen to this, that'll be one of the first things you'll see.
And there's a cost.
Mhm.
Well, the cost would just be. If you're gonna house the page.
Yes. Yeah, well, and then there's a proposal, but if you find somebody who will bring it home for you, that might be in the future.
No, you were composers.
Yes, we can propose.
So.
I think, I'm curious to do the things that you're gonna tell about. No, it's the same, but it's housed on the same.
So it's a meditation set to be second. Right. So, but
Well, we had.
I'm sure it's to like, to drive her, yeah, to drive her, to compose the, as a musician, which is very exciting. to think about as a commission to write something. It's a big mission to write something.
and so it's kind of instrumental music that goes with the scene. Or maybe to. But.
Yeah. Yep.
What might I would.
I don't know, he did it for me as it was a part of his project, but if you don't mind, I'll kind of connect with you. Yeah, he's really. Like, yeah.
Do you have?
But it really depends, it can be as simple as $500.
It'd be nice to open it up to different folks.
Yeah.
Song with folks and stuff.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, that's nice.
Yeah.
And maybe it comes in phases, but.
So you
So,
could put anything on that page, so I mean, you didn't have your composition, your song in it, you could still have a page on the city page that talks about the art, talks about the whole process, talks about the classes, and it could be everything that you could have that widget of the video on the page actually.
Yes.
So I just have a question about that last dinner that wasn't included.
The students.
The stewards. So we're all okay.
Thank you for the.
Do you have any last? That last image, the students, and I mean, a lot of the pieces are like the
Yeah.
flowers are also just the bird. Do you have any thoughts on that bird? Was that easy?
Yeah, oh, yeah, no, especially when I'm working with plans, like, it's in the universe, it belongs to the universe, so I don't have any. Yeah, I love it. It was in the file that everyone. This name similar, so, and I forgot to. But it's good to see, that's one, like, the main inspiration that we had latched onto.
Yeah, and I think that with the Audubon Society there, some people are. That's probably the only missing element, but not that we have.
We have an eagle.
Oh, we got it.
It's not much.
There's one for the.
This could be the beginning of the mural for the bathrooms here, the dog park and
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
Well,
The universe is planting the seed.
There you go.
I thought we gave you a very difficult challenge. After. So I'm super. Yeah.
I was amazed.
Okay, so that's nice to do.
The way she got it.
So, you can. You have one motion.
Right, so do I have anybody,
I will recommend, yeah.
I'll second. I'm sure.
Somebody.
Third.
I want to refine the bunny face, the honors, the bunnies that live there. So I could have a few days, but we can theoretically.
You got good weather.
Yeah, we have good weather now.
And I do, want this, I just want to throw this out on September 9th, perhaps think of it. That would be at 7:11 p.m. Where you're
It'd be
going to
nice
be.
to have you.
And it would be nice to either have them there or there, or if that's too soon, have you painting a portion, doing the hand.
Live.
I was gonna say
Q&A.
that,
I don't know. if that's-
especially for the kids. Yeah,
Yeah, and I don't know, you know, you're also presenting right there.
Yeah.
But it is a long day, noon to 7. So I just wanted to throw that
Yeah.
out, to see what could possibly take place there. Or we can have an unveiling on that day.
We could,
All of it, I wanna do it all.
so if we did it day of, I'd be worried about the spray paint going into the fumes into the bathroom where people use it. Yeah. Because that's the thing. So, but if we did it before, then maybe we could do an explanation of it. I unfortunately don't speak Spanish, but if we had somebody that would translate, we could do like a bilingual explanation of it.
How long do you think it will take you to put it?
To paint it, that's 2 weeks. So I think I would have to start painting now, tomorrow.
Great. We'll be right up there tomorrow.
No life. until September.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Sally and I will be there tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Just everybody just.
And I don't want to put too much pressure,
Yeah.
and, you know, we're not putting out advertising yet, but, you know, as you get, keep that, and maybe you can keep that top.
Okay, I'm gonna.
And maybe if you have 2 walls done, then you speak to those and
Yeah.
say what's coming next, and you can say, you know, next Saturday I'll be. meeting again.
Yeah, okay, that's on the 9th. Can I get back to you on that? And then just check my. Cause I would love to have a finish.
And Bailey had got.
Yeah.
You could,
Yeah.
you know, you could pencil that in as like maybe.
Yeah. I just, when I'm done, like with the design, I'm just like, let's do it. And so, I think our excitements are both up there, but I just want to make sure I know I'm not forgetting anything on my calendar.
All your other projects. are good.
Yeah.
I mean, it was big at on the draft day, so it could be a lot.
Yeah.
So it's a very great situation. That's why it was moved to course, so, right, so it was bigger, and you have it in card show.
And the artist is pretty focused on, art, so.
It's a big.
Yeah.
No pressure, but I'm just really.
Yeah, that would be-
Okay, fucking Saturday. That is, which is very handy. Yeah. From noon to 3. So we could also have one day. That would be our.
No, there's Yeah, but the. contracts
I said it's better than Boy Scout. The Boy Scout.
I knew this would. But as you ride into the park. you get the green.
Yeah, it's a good intro to what's, the front is like, oh my gosh, look at that, and the back side is like, oh, yeah. Like you get that as you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really
Yeah.
smart, because when you're driving down the boulevard, you can see the big purple.
And I really like how the doors say, you identify, you know, say this.
Yeah.
It's very smart.
Yeah, the water going to the water tower. That's gonna be brilliant. Brilliant, absolutely.
Wait, explain the water, was it the water?
Well, the water, she has the water flowing out of the water fountains. So. Draw your eye to the water fountains.
So let's, discuss how we approve the budget. What would be some?
It's just getting reference images and being like, it's more, slender, bigger eyes. I think that my ears are really big on the bunny. I think that's the thing that will also really kind of, I think I got.
Well, at least that bunny's funny to my hair.
Yeah, hair's different, yeah.
I have no idea.
Then, yeah. So just adjusting it and sending you guys being like, yeah.
So are you,
Yeah.
how are you with, inviting email that?
That's, I just think, I don't even need to see it, you can see it, I just think it needs somewhat slightly bigger.
Yeah. I'm with it.
That's it. It's
I love
just
it.
lighter.
Yeah.
It's not,
You
it's
can
not
make it just a
drastic.
little bit rounder.
Yeah, it's not like about the ears and the little
In the
face.
face,
That's
yeah.
really, I don't think skin.
A little face that needs to be really big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean,
I love it.
New York. Okay.
It's not telling the artist how to do a job, it's depicting things that are very important to the people that have a lot of buy-in, a lot of a connection to Fort Silicon Park, and so I feel like that's very important. Yeah, because we do a lot of things with the tribe there, and so those things are very important, we stick to a lot of things. This is why it's not just reading to, but there's actual business. That's why I talked about the. Yes, because it's been a huge point of discussion.
And you'll do it.
Yeah, that's why I said, I don't need to see it, that's not it, that's not it at all. It's big and purple and fabulous.
Wonderful, wonderful, thank you so much. Thank you for your time, as part of this. Collating all the-
It's amazing, the time we were in the chamber, we all had different views, and then she brought it all together.
It's a team effort.
Thank you so much. for your-
Yes.
It's great.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, where is Sylvie?
I know.
You know, we, I didn't think anything else on the agenda, because I just want to really. Do that artwork, it's so good. So this has been a really remarkable one year for, really implementing.
And I think it's gonna be really hard that we resonate with the majority of the or the arts. Commission.
Well, let me just go back to summer. We did Summerfest and it's kind of been out. I mean, now it's on the map. As a destination. You see these things take. And she should have more gray hair.
I remember when you started first mentioning your, that was like a great. I'm excited. That was pretty big on speaking up. You're like, we're walking in my house. And we could not think of her.
Yeah, no, and I'm glad that the whole thing happened.
Yeah, it's great that it's all for a while.
Right, too, this is like deviating away from public art, but, the summer concerts, we briefly talked about that last week. We had a committee, the Perfect Arts Committee, that we were working on the summer concerts. Do we want to get that back up and running for next summer? And take some of that off, but that was like,
I was on that committee, but
yes.
and it was fun.
When I was speaking about you, because my daughter is obsessed with cats for making dance right now, and that was one of your suggestions. Was to
kids
do a
love it.
family,
Oh,
a
they,
family
yep,
dance night.
they are amazing and they bring in all.
And you need to look in now.
And that's what Sally and I were talking about. If there are any particular artists or things that we wanted to go, we could start doing that. Have you been getting feedback from like, music that we want to hear or anything like that?
No, but I can tell you by the crowds that, Queen Mother. And then who was last week for her? Oh. Where was that? Oh, Wally and me.
The Wally and the Bees,
They had an enormous
the
crowd.
big crowd,
Any-
and tomorrow,
I mean, these are bigger crowds than we've had.
and tomorrow will be
And
huge.
tomorrow's paper right. So, and spending more money. for the people, we want to move on. But, you know, if we can sprinkle in,
I think a family friendly one.
yeah, I think so too, especially, and I did want to talk about that time right now, 6:30 to 8, that seems like a blink and it's over. And I know we wanted to cross over from the farmer's market to the launchers, that's half an hour, but even if they started at 7, people could still come to the market and get food, so. I was contemplating, what if we did 7 to 8:30 instead of 6:30 to 8? So I just wanted to throw that out. Or do we just keep it status quo?
Is it going well?
Well, I always feel like it's a lot, recently it's picked up, but I did feel overall the attendance is quite low for the needs that it is being. I'm like, is it just too early? But what if that's the wrong reason? You know, Bill, because
Yeah.
it's a. Yeah, 250 to 450, but 250 has been kind of, unless it's a really big band, which. Anyway.
I'm wondering, have we ever talked about this? I was just gonna say, is the vendor at the market, we noticed a nice rush at that 6:30 hour of customers actually coming through.
Oh, that's good to me.
So I wouldn't. Okay, there,
Okay.
that also brings back.
To the pointers, I just didn't know that was happening, so.
And so, and then, because then with that, it's like we have people still lingering, wanting to shop at the 7 or after 7 o'clock because the people are there with the content, so if that makes a difference as far as electronic news. So the concert starts at 6, and we start to get a rush. And you're supposed to be done at 7. Saying we necessarily need to say that later, but I don't think we should push the concert.
No, that's not.
Was bringing this idea out there, I don't know, I don't have all those stats yet, but there's a really popular market in Proctor in some that. In June, it's not associated with the Tacoma Farmers Market, they're still doing Thursdays downtown. But it's worth checking into why that's so big. I have a feeling it's
Just the.
they close the streets, I mean, they have.
Saturday.
Yeah, and we can.
Yeah.
That's separate from the.
That's
That's a, but
Well,
yeah,
like art on the end. No, they just
Yeah,
have to talk to her. That's
You know, they-
Saturday. Oh, okay. But you're talking about the Saturday morning one, right? Yeah. Oh, Saturday. Farmer, they're both down, yeah.
I have a feeling, I don't know if to figure it out, and like, we're looking at stats in our city right now, and the working class nature of maybe what it's become. I just wonder, we ought not look at Saturday programming in the park, possibly Saturday programming, rather than music. I don't know, I just, Saturdays in park, you know, like the song that Chicago did, it's just, you know, families, it's, people are family members working, I mean, I would not like that, you know, it's tough to do stuff on weeknights, I know that's how they do programming, it's still family, that's how they do programming, you know.
Do you think that you're needing for people to be there on Saturday? when they're working the bench?
Oh, for a farmer's market, oh, yeah. we could.
Yeah.
To do Saturday.
Yeah, because they're
They're-
all indebted to go somewhere else.
And that's why these dancing streets are so hard, trying to find vendors for 48. They've done all their work.
Yeah.
It's so, hard. I mean, I'm lucky if I don't have.
It might be, we're just looking at the stats around the work schedules, you know, farmers markets, numbers, demographics, I mean, I haven't done the research yet. But
Well, ours isn't doing bad. I mean, I think it would be worth it if ours was doing.
No, he was.
But
And I think I would love something that we put on Saturday, but I know that there's a million places that have been doing it for years already. And I like that in Lakewood on Tuesday, and then, oh, on a Tuesday, I got, you know. And I do like the crossover with the concerts, but. Yeah, if you could do something that weekend and people could be there, I don't know if that's possible.
that's why I come back. and
Yeah,
say
that's
the
very,
street fest.
yeah.
But we did had so many people that we had to put it in the park for the familiar one. And that was the other heck, right?
But that's also, it's in September, so usually those farmers markets start to die off in September,
No,
October.
I'm not having nothing to back up, it's just a hunch. That's just a hunch.
Well, and the other thing is staffing, so,
Yeah.
that would be. my big thing. Saturdays. But I think, that and the lack of vendors and. I think we felt like people were already doing the Saturday. So you try to pick days that people aren't doing it, you know, Stilicum's Wednesday, DuPont's Thursday. Procter and Gamble for Saturday, I would not want to compete with Puyallup.
No, that's, now that is a huge one, that's way bigger than.
Yeah, they're one of the originals.
Now, if we were doing really poorly and our sales were declining on Tuesday, I think that's when we want to look at, hey, what's going on.
And sales are actually down forever.
Yeah.
Sales are crazy. But I always appreciate the feedback. And I can understand why you think that way personally.
Well, and our city's changed in 25 years too, just demographically, you know. We're to look at the people who live here and what their schedules are and what their lifestyles are.
I know it's 100 years from now, but when H farms and stuff,
Oh, yeah.
you know, maybe that would be a time really sure. Cause you would have
Yeah.
an indoor, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But you know, because I think about like Pioneer Park, there is a facility where the people are inside there and that thing is packed. And then there's all the vendors outside and the spray ground and all the things.
We're doing great things as a city. It's just exciting to see.
Yeah.
Anything else for the good of the order?
Sally, I would just like to extend my gratitude for whoever had the idea of extending that walking trail around the perimeter of Fort Steilacoom Park on the east side entrance. It's suitable for walkers. It's wide. I understand there's going to be lighting. Kudos to whoever concept that was. I think it's a fantastic idea. And on any given day or morning in the park, you'll have people from JBLM utilizing the park, doing activities, just an enormous upswell of people enjoying the park right now. And it's a wonder to see. Thank you.
Thanks, Daryl. I'll share that with Mary Dodsworth, who I think has single-handedly transformed that park.
Yeah.
Over the last 2 decades.
Good city staff, excellent city staff.
Yeah, absolutely to them also, because they're the foot soldiers, aren't they? They're the ones who are out there preparing and you know, maintaining it. And then once the event's over, they've got to strip it all down again. So yeah, kudos to them as well. Thank you.
What are the barns actually supposed to be? Done, what?
No,
Is there like a-
they're raising money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know, Rotary is gonna be doing that and everything too. What a cool concept.
And that'll be very cool where.
Yeah,
the
very, very
Arts
cool.
Commission wants to get.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
It is National Farmers Market Week, and there's a proclamation tonight at 7 that's being presented if you want to.
Aw.
read it. But just
I have a voice.
that's happening. Forgot to wait. Okay, thank you, everyone. Great.
Thank you.
Great.
Wow.
Leave it for
Thanks,
Saturday.
okay.
Yeah. I thought you were there almost.